YouTube land. You can see all the high grass we've got. It's not because I'm being lazy. I haven't even got the garden picked up ready yet. But there's been so much going on. I haven't had a chance to do any updates on the Brahma chicks. I did set this up for Ruthie for her rabbits and guinea pigs, and you probably saw in a couple other videos. And the lawn is getting high, but I'm not being lazy with the lawn. There's a method to my madness, and you probably heard it on one other video about the high grass. I mowed last week, and you can see how high it's grown and how the dandelions have already went to seed. No, I'm not being lazy. I let it grow high for two reasons. The dandelions and flowers benefit the bees. The bees use the nectar and the pollen and everything for themselves. And then when the grass gets to so high, I have to mow slower, but when I do mow it, I rake it all up with the yard rake. And the chickens and the turkeys benefit from it. I know you're tired of looking at the high grass, so let's take a look at things that are... Alright, I've fixed this fence so that the chickens and turkeys could get out. I still got this one that was collapsed out the winter when I was laid up with the hip surgery. But these are the Brahmas. I know I missed a week or two with these. I think you saw it the last time you saw them. They were 4 weeks old. They're 6 weeks old now. And you can see that they're almost as big as regular laying hens. So they're growing fast. Some of them are kind of small. Here comes Gunther coming down to be with Gertrude. She seems to like it over here better than the other side. And another reason I haven't got a lot done, I've been working with brooders and incubators. We have 12 turkey eggs in the incubator that I had to put on lockdown yesterday. So within the next 2 days we should, if everything works out right, we should have, there's 12 turkey eggs in there. And then once I put the eggs in the incubator, inside this little barn on this side is one of those dog kennels with no door on it. And our big black turkey, Betty, is setting in there. And she's on 24 eggs. So by the middle of next month, she should be hatching anything out that she's hatching. And I think we'll probably have enough turkeys. We'll probably have to sell some of them. We're going to grow some of them up for freezer camp. And we thought you might like to see all how the Brahmas have grown. I still have the sea brights, the little sea brights over in the other brooder I have to move today, inside the brooder which used to be the quail cage up in this corner. If you remember that some of our back videos, they're going in there for a couple of weeks until I know they're big enough not to squeeze through this wire. The bannies squeeze through it really easy. So, but the Brahmas, they've grown up where they're too fat to get through it. So, but those Brahmas will be probably 2 foot tall by the time they're full grown. Right now they're only like 10 inches tall. And on this side I have another dog kennel, and Wilma, the other turkey, is laying eggs in there. So I don't think we're going to have an underabundance of eggs. And Ruthie and myself would be happy if we even just get 7 chicks out of all the eggs we've set. If we get more than that, well, it'll be beneficial to the farm, maybe to some of our friends and family too. We thought you'd like this little video. And no, I'm not being lazy about the mowing of the grass and that, because we've had a lot of rain lately and you can't mow when it's rainy. But the bees have been benefiting the flowers in the yard, the dandelions. They love the dandelions. And that's why I don't put stuff down to kill off the dandelions, because they're very beneficial. And I like the little yellow spots in the lawn after it's mowed. It looks nice. I don't care much for after they went to seed. It looks kind of terrible, but when you mow, all they'll be left is stems, and the chickens and that'll eat those, so it's no big deal. As you can see, Gertrude's going through the fence to eat up all the grass, and she's done a good job. They're good weed eaters along the fence. I've got to take down that chick wire though, because it stops her from cleaning up this mess. But more work today. It's supposed to rain thunder showers again by 1 o'clock today, so I want to get some more of the stuff done. Still got the building. I got all the material to build the pheasants. The pheasants are in this barn here right now, and I've got to build their pheasant coop, but a little at a time. I can only do so much, and I'm still limping around with my hip bothering me now and then, so I'm doing what I can. But with all the brooders and incubators and everything going on, I have to concentrate on keeping the birds healthy and making sure that things hatch the way they're supposed to. And we've been picking up, and Ruthie's been doing I keep her doing her housework while I do the outside stuff. We double team everything, but there's just so much to do that everybody's got their own little problems. You can see how big these guys are getting there. It impresses me. I always heard how I've had Brahmas in the past, but they got to about 2 weeks old. Got to about 2 or 3 weeks old, and then we used to live next to a swamp, and the snakes would come up from the swamp, and they were cleaning me out for chicks. And these are the first Brahmas I've had that have got to be this size, and they say that they grow slow, but these guys have really been putting on some size since I've had them. Being 6 weeks old, they're probably the age of if you had laying hens, I'd say probably 8 to 10 weeks old laying hens. So they're growing fast. And we've got roosters of the light Brahmas, which are the white ones, the buff Brahmas, and the dark Brahmas. We have roosters for all those, and hens. So when it comes time to sort them out for freezer camp, it won't be hard to select which ones we're keeping. I want to keep a rooster of each color, and I want to keep at least 3 laying hens of each color. That way we can keep the different Brahmas for each different breed: dark Brahma, light Brahma, and buff Brahmas. And the rest will go into the freezer for the winter meat. And hopefully we get some turkeys hatch out, so we can get at least 6 or 7 turkeys in there. We don't want to have whole turkeys. There's only Ruthie and myself. So what we're going to do is when we butcher, we're going to cut them all up into parts: legs, thighs, wings, breast meat, things like that. And then we're going to cook down the carcasses for bone broth, so that we have the turkey and chicken broth for making soups and things like that. And we're going to use everything except for the feet. Everybody says, oh, the chicken feet, they're delicious. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, I just can't bring myself to eating a chicken feet. I like the gizzards and all that, but I can't take myself to eating a chicken foot. I know some of you probably go, they're delicious. Some of you are probably saying, ew, I wouldn't eat it either. But I just wanted to let you know that most of the turkey parts and chicken parts are all going to be going for Ruthie and I for our little farm here. And I'm retiring next month, and every little bit helps when you're retiring. Now we'll walk over now, show you the Sebrights before I have to move them. You can see how big they've gotten. Now we bought the Sebrights the same time at the auction, as I ordered the Brahmas to come in the mail, so they were all pretty much put together when they were babies. But you can see how big the Brahmas are. I had to take them out from the Sebrights because they were like 3 times bigger than the Sebrights within the next 3 weeks. So, and these guys are doing so much nicer. They really want to get into a bigger brooder. These guys are almost full size too. So, don't mind the mess. That's got, like I said, I got a lot of stuff to clean up. Let me get the lock undone. I have to keep things locked around here. Hi, girls. You see how big these guys have got. They're almost full sized. I didn't put any feed in there last night because I want to move them this morning and get them used to being in the old quail brooder. But they're getting quite big. That little silver Sebright is right there. He's the only silver I've got. The rest are all golden. And the little silver ended up being a rooster. And before we get any rain, I want to get these guys inside. But you see how big they are. They're not, they're only about a third size of the Brahmas, so. But they've only got just so much room in here to spread out and grow. So. And we did end up with a few roosters, which is good because I only have the 5 bigger laying hens after I got rid of the Old English. I'm just going to latch this and I can put the lock on it. So that's some of the stuff I've got to do today and tomorrow. And I've got to mow tomorrow. That's why I wanted to get the chicks and everything done today. Get things picked up a little bit so I can get around with a mower. Got just a lot to do. Alright, I probably bent your ear enough. This is Clay from Popel's Backyard Farm. Hope you enjoyed this video, and no, I'm not lazy. The bees and the chickens will benefit from this. And this is Memorial Weekend, so Saturday rain, Sunday off and on, and Monday's supposed to be nice. But we're not supposed to get any rain until 1 o'clock today, so I might be able to get some of the stuff picked up so I can mow tomorrow. Alright, we'll see you later and join us again. Bye-bye.